When making the coffee slush for 2 of our cold blend drinks, most important thing you got to do, you got to make that coffee. And so this is the stuff we like to use. This is Ruta Maya, medium roast. This is what I found to be the best. This is a really good, high quality coffee, and it's a whole bean coffee. So we use just a simple Cuisinart, and you know, when we're going to make this, we make a lot of coffee if we're going to make it for an event. Right now I'm just going to make 10 cups because I'm only making a small batch of slush. So you just get yourself a bag of this, and the easiest way to do it, just scoop out about 10 scoops. You want to use about a scoop of coffee, a level scoop of coffee per cup, at least per coffee cup. You know, regular cups and coffee cups are a little different. So I think that was 3. This is 4. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now, work out perfectly. It may not. I mean, I'll maybe put a little extra in there. If you want to get this, I'll leave a link to it in the description below. If you order through us, you get the same great price. It just helps us out. Also, if you want to get this is a great coffee maker right here. Probably just the perfect, easiest coffee maker that I found. We'll link that. And then also this Hamilton Beach. I love this one because it has all the settings here. So a lot of times when you get these, you don't have the settings on them. This you can just literally put what kind of ground you want, and it'll do it right for you. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and put the top on. Gotta twist that together. So now that's locked, and I like to either put it here on the 8 or the 12 right in between. And all you gotta do, push that baby down. It's gonna go ahead and grind it up perfectly to what you need. And that's it. Easy as that. I'm gonna take the lid off. There you go. Perfectly ground, fresh whole bean coffee. Now you're just gonna take one of these, of course, and if you have one of these filters, you don't need an additional filter on this. And we're gonna be brewing 10 cups today, so we're gonna wanna put 10 level scoops in there. 1. How much extra we had there. So a little bit extra, so think 10 level scoops would have been perfect. Now we want to go ahead and put in 10 cups. So the easiest way to do it is just fill this up with. All right, so we got about 10 cups right there. We're going to go ahead and pour that right into the reservoir. Alright, so the coffee is brewing up real nicely. So I wanted to show you another important part of the cold blend drinks, at least our Mocha Java. It's this Belgian chocolate that we get. So we get it in little calettes, kind of like little chocolate chips here, but this is a just beautiful, delicious chocolate. And what we want to do is we want to crush it into smaller pieces that we can put into the cold blend drink and top the cold blend drink with. And so this is also perfect for doing that too. Now we don't want to blend it as long, because you don't want this to, you know, soften or melt. But we'll just give it a little blend, crush it up just a little bit, and then this will go perfectly in our cold blend drinks, and you'll see how I'll do that when I put the drink together. So down here, we're going to go ahead and move this to the lowest setting that we can do. And I may even shut this off a little earlier, again, just to make sure that it doesn't overblend. And that's about it. This is what you end up with. Just these nice little chocolatey chunks. Some are finer than others, but there's some good chunks in there. And you don't want it any much less than that there, or else it'll start getting too warm and it'll start melting. And so we're going to end up taking this and we're going to end up putting this in one of our cold blends. but first we got to make this slush. We're going to start with our whole bean Arabica coffee that we just made. We need a little bit more than 4.5 cups of this. This is going to be about a 1/8 recipe of what I normally would do. Normally I'd be making a lot more, but again, we're just doing this. Dripping all over the place here. That's pretty good. It's a little bit more than 1/2 cup. I need about 5/8. It might be a little bit extra, so I'll leave some in there. This doesn't have to be exact. With the amount of sugar I need, it's got to be a little bit more than 3/4 cup, not quite a cup for the 1/8. Again, not exact. I'm going to go ahead and test the sugar content of this using that refractometer that's in there. If you watched my last video, I showed you how to use that. I will show you again how to use that. I'm also going to put about a 1/2 tablespoon of vanilla extract in there. Right there we got about a 1/2 tablespoon of vanilla extract. I'm going to start mixing this up now, but I do need to add some milk and some cream to this mixture as well. And then just a little bit of salt. The salt is going to kind of kick up the flavor, and you don't really have to add much, just a little bit. So we're just going to sit here and mix this, dissolve it all in, and then we're going to add our milk and cream. Let's go ahead and add our dairy to this. So for the milk, we're going to do a little bit less than a cup here. This is, if you have whole milk is great. I only had 2%, but whole milk is really what you want to go with. And then for this recipe, you're going to need a little bit more than 1/3 of a cup of heavy cream. And then just a pinch of salt. So just the ever so slightest amount of salt. That's it. Just a little pinch of it. You really don't need much. It's going to bring out all the different flavors. And mix this all together. Now that's nicely mixed. So we're going to take this as our slush right here. This is beautiful. Whole bean Arabica coffee mixed together with really good stuff. And we're going to go ahead and throw it right in here to make our slush. But before we do, I'm going to use this. I said I would show it to you. This is the refractometer I showed you the last time. I'm going to see what degree of sugar is in this. I really need it to be right around 15 degrees of sugar. I'll see if I can show you again right here inside so you can see it. But I found even 16 degrees of sugar works really good. So let me go ahead and put that on the refractometer and I'll get back to you. All right, it's right around 16. Let's see if you can see it in there. Can you see it? You see where that white is? Now I know the lines are blurry. It's just above the 15 mark, right around 16. So this should slush up really nice. I don't think I need to get that sugar level lower. A lot of times you'll see that it'll say the degree brick should be between 12 and 15 to go in these. But I have found that even 16 or 17 slushes up fine. And the nice thing about 16 or 17 is you get to keep a little bit of a higher sugar content, and that just really means more flavor. The more you bring that level down, the more watery it's going to be. So, you know, there's a give and a take in it. But let's go ahead and stick this into the slush machine. All right, which one do I want to use? Let's go ahead and use this one. I don't think we've used this one in our videos. I want to go ahead and make sure that this side's operating correctly. So I'm going to move this off to the side. We're going to go ahead and plug it in. See those lights fire right up. That's really nice. So we're going to go ahead and turn the auger on this side. There it goes. And then we're going to turn ice on. And this will get that condenser going. And now we got to take our slush and throw it in. And that'll take maybe 30 minutes to slush up. I mean, maybe less, 20 minutes, because it's such a small amount. it slushes up a lot faster. Obviously, I would usually have it come right up here. There'd be like 3 gallons in here. But again, I'm just making this for my menu and for my family, so we're not going to do that. And so we're going to let that slush up, and then I'll come back with you. And then once that happens, we're going to make these cold blends. Well, unfortunately, I wasn't able to video making the cold blend, but this is the Caramel Java cold blend. It's got the Hawaiian ice on the bottom with the caramel flavored syrup, and then it's got the slush, and then another Hawaiian ice caramel flavored. Inside there we have some Biscoff Crunch on the top, and then the whipped cream.